I'm sitting in the garden. It's Sunday morning. Looks like it's going to be a hot day. Week ahead, I'm taking a day out on Wednesday for a day retreat. I've recommended to the people working at the church they all take a day a month off for a prayer retreat. I'm not going to tell them what to do, but just they need to take the time, and so do I, amidst all the busyness that we're in. Obviously that's true because we're in ministry, but it's true for anybody. And I would recommend that you try and carve out that time just to spend with God. A day, half a day, whatever it is you can do. With families it's more difficult, of course, to switch off. It may be just having an armchair or a chair in the corner of a room. That's the place which you set aside to pray. But wherever it is, whenever it is, it's good to do that. Because there's a lot of confusion around at the moment. We're facing in Britain the ending of certainly most restrictions, COVID restrictions. A lot of worry and a lot of anxiety about that. Particularly people who are medically vulnerable are very worried that they're going to be put in danger by other people who are not taking precautions, not wearing masks, not keeping social distancing. So it's important that we love each other and care for each other. It's confusing times. I suppose every time is confusing. Every time has its own emergencies. I read the news about Afghanistan and the likely takeover of the Taliban in that country. And then I read in Micah, I've been reading Micah today, prophecies of judgment, prophecies of restoration as well, but certainly times of crisis, times of uncertainty. And it can all get a bit much. I've had several people say recently they don't watch the news on TV anymore. I mean, not many people read papers anyway, but very few people, or not very few, but a number of people choose not to follow the news because it's upsetting. And I can see why. I can think of situations in churches where the long-term future of the church, in the West at least, is questionable. People getting discouraged about being Christians because it's hard. We could learn from those Christians in Muslim countries or communist countries where there is active persecution. But in the middle of Micah, there's this verse which is read at Christmas. And in the midst of the political, military, international, social tensions and problems that they were facing, this is the verse which speaks about Jesus. Verse 2, chapter 5, verse 2 of Micah. But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from of old, from ancient times. Though Benjamin, Bethlehem Ephrathah, was one of the smallest of the clans, from them was going to come the Messiah. We read it as a Christmas of prophecy, and it is. But in the middle of the turmoil, and we could say the turmoil of our personal lives as well, here is a word about Jesus. And he is the answer. It's a common joke about Sunday school children that you ask a question and they always answer Jesus, because he's the answer to every question. And in a way, he is. And we need to center ourselves on him, on a personal relationship with him, on an encounter with him, on faith and trust in him. Because circumstances are not always propitious. The situation is not always advantageous. Sometimes it's really difficult. whether that's on a personal level, church, or politically in a society. We face difficulties, and the word of hope is the one who will come, who will be a ruler over Israel, whose origins are from old, from ancient times, from Bethlehem Ephrathah, from the small place, the insignificant place. That's where Jesus comes from. That's where he is, and that's where he will be. Jesus, thank you that you are a sign of hope for us amidst all the difficulties and turmoil and uncertainties. Thank you that by trusting in you, we can have hope. Amen. Amen. So I'm going to be going to a different church today. I've been invited to preach at Victoria Park Baptist Church. And my friend Jane's former church, she's once they've gone into retirement, but she's now operating as a spiritual director. And they don't have a pastor at the moment. This is their first service, not back in the building. This is their first service with a live preacher. They've been back in the building, but having preachers recorded on screen for a while. So it's quite an honor and a privilege to be the first live preacher in their building after COVID. Well, COVID's still around, but you know what I mean. So that's a great honor. I'm looking forward to it. Cycle over there in the sunshine, come back. That's the plan. So thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Please do share it with others. I will be taking a break in August, possibly into September. I got some surgery at the end of August. It's not major surgery, but given that it took me quite a long time to recover from the last lot, I'm planning some time off anyway, just to recover. So I'm not quite sure how long that will be. But anyway, I'll be here till the end of July, and then taking a well-earned rest, and then surgery and recovery. So your prayers will be very gratefully received. God bless you. God be with you. And he always is with you. Amen.